we're the sickest kids. Woo! Okay, so just saw that you guys were talking about like cheap dates. Well, I have a cheap date story. Great. I really don't want to relive this, but whatever, it's kind of funny. So I dated this guy who was like a wanksta, and which by the way, okay, well anyways, so we were dating for like maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops, and while we were dating, like, you know, he was so sweet and like all this junk, like, you know, led me on, like saying that he was, you know, just the man of the world, like he was gonna do all these nice things, and I was like, oh, you know, he's so sweet, blah blah blah. My friends knew something was up with him, like they're like, Maddie, and I was like, nah, he's legit, he seems legit. Well, we come out and we go hang out with my best friend because it's her last day in Virginia, and we're gonna like, okay, we're gonna go out to this fancy restaurant, you know, we're all gonna get all dressed up. Okay, first off, we get to the restaurant. I have to drive my boyfriend. He didn't drive me. I had to drive. I'm such a sweet girlfriend, yeah. Well, I drove him, and then I was like, well, can you, like, spare me, like, $5 for gas, you know? He was like, oh, no, I don't have money. And I was like, oh, well, how are you going to buy dinner? And he's like, oh, I was expecting you to pay. So I was already mad at that time, and I was just like, whatever, you know? And since I'm a very generous person, I was like, okay, fine, I'll buy you dinner. Well, we get to the restaurant, and then he's, like, sitting there, and he's like, well, he's like, so, Maddie, can you order what I want for me, or, like, what I want, or whatever? And I was like, what do you want? And he's like, oh, you already know, you know, you're supposed to know, because you're my girlfriend. And I was like, okay, like, kind of awkward, like, didn't know what to say to that. In front of all my friends, you know, like, kind of, like, bust me in front of my friends like that. Well, he goes to the bathroom, he comes back out, and he's, like, very impolite, and it's disgusting. Well, okay, we get the check, and I'm like, okay, here, I'm gonna pay for this, whatever. And then I come to find out he has money, and I'm like, leave a tip then, asshole, because, I mean, obviously, and he's like, okay, he leaves him 75 cents. I was like, sweet. Well, we're going to go to the movies because my best friend's like, I want to go to the movies. So we're going to the movies. And I was like, can you pay for my movie ticket because I know you have money because I just saw like maybe $40 in your wallet. He's like, okay. He buys his friend a ticket and not his girlfriend. I had to bum off my best friends, and I felt awful about that. But they're my best friends, so whatever, it doesn't matter. So then we're sitting in the movies. And what does he do? He doesn't sit by me. He sits 2 rows in front of me with some chicks he doesn't even know. And I was like, sweet boyfriend, like, for real. But the best part is coming up.